Hi, my Aquarius babes. I hope that you guys are doing well and that you have been resting and healing yourselves. I'm going to do a channeled message for you today, and then at the end of the video, I am going to give you some advice from Spirit through my tarot cards. But please use your discernment when you're listening to this message, and please also switch the roles need be, because gender is fluid in tarot, and it's just energy. So flip and switch the roles need be, apply what resonates with you, and leave the rest. So I won't get too much longer into this introduction, so I'm just gonna hop into it then. But Aquarius, to me it sounds like you have a crush on someone. That was one of the big themes that resonated throughout your reading for me, was that you're in this new beginning or a fresh cycle, and you're learning what love means to you, I feel like. But I feel like there's a specific person in which you're paying closer attention to. But because you are an Aquarius, you overthink that. And so you probably haven't taken a chance on that person. And so that was another big theme in your channeling, was that you are holding yourself back or limiting yourself. And Spirit is saying that you need to dream a little bit more. But yes, I feel like there's someone on your mind, but you're being held back for some reason, and whether that's by your own limitations and your own beliefs, or if that is because of responsibility of other people, whatever that might be, you feel like you're being held back from something, or you're resisting. The word resist came up. And so Spirit is asking you, or you need to ask yourself, what is really holding you back? What is keeping you from going onto this new path, or to open this door? Really, not a path. It feels more like a door where you have more than one choice, and they're all unlocked, and you get to decide which one you want to open. But you have to close the door that you're currently in behind you and close a full cycle before you can open another one. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Spirit is also saying to stay grounded right now at this time and not to lose your footing, because you might be feeling like you're being held back or held down to perhaps old connections or old ways of thinking. And I see that you're asking other people questions right now, or you're inquisitive about perhaps someone or fixing something, but you're uncertain. And that is really the energy that I feel for you right now at this time. You have a resurfacing of old wounds that's calling you back to look at. And perhaps that is why you are resisting something, is because you haven't healed some part of yourself from the past that needs to be looked at again. Because sometimes as much as you want to move forward, you actually need more help in healing yourself. And then even when I say that, though, we are never fully done healing. Our whole lives are a continuation of the moment when we decide to heal or elevate ourselves. Because staying low vibrational gets you nowhere in life. But to resist a change is leaving you stuck. And to hold back from it is pushing you further away, is what I'm feeling. But there's this sense of you being haunted by something or someone or something that means that you might be admitting defeat in some way. Like if you were to succumb to love, or if you were to take this risk in your life, you feel as if you'd already be defeated. And perhaps that's where your ego is coming in, because you're feeling responsible, and you're taking on the guilt of either yourself or the people around you for perhaps something that you did or didn't do. And Spirit is asking you, is it yours? And if it isn't, why are you still holding on to it? And if it is, what are you doing about it to release it? And when I say release it, you can't release it without acknowledging it and healing it and learning from it, because that is the only way that you move forward. And Spirit is also saying that you need to manage your time and your money right now and be more aware of how you spend both. But there is some sense of, I don't want to say failure, but you feel like you failed at something. Or that if you were to do something, it would mean that you have failed in another area or aspect. Take it how it resonates. I'm just reading energies. But Spirit doesn't want you to be held back. And I do feel like you are being held back. And whether that is, again, you holding yourself down, which is what I feel like that might be the answer right there. But it's this feeling of that you're juggling or balancing something or some area or aspect of your life, and you really have this need and want for freedom and your own sense of reality and of building that and seeing what that means for yourself. It's like you are making your own reality at this time. Our Spirit is asking you to view it like that, because the freedom that you're seeking is only the freedom that you are giving yourself, if that makes sense. But I was getting the song Horses by Maggie Rogers, and one of the lines in the song is, I see horses running wild. I wish I could feel like that for a minute. Would you come with me, or would you resist? And I feel like you want to run away, or there's something you want to run away from, but you're wondering if perhaps some part of you or some other person is going to run away with you, or perhaps you want to take something with you that you can't bring. And that might be what's holding you back from moving forward. And because you are so analytical, I feel like you've overthought a lot of things. And right now you're really struggling between what you want versus what you think you need. Or perhaps that's even struggling with what perhaps that's even struggling between what you want and what other people want. Or what you feel like you need versus what other people need. Maybe you feel like you're being held back by that. That these old connections aren't resonating for you anymore. But that pain and that guilt is stemming from you feeling the need to release yourself or free yourself from those people or energies. I get the feeling that you don't want to leave someone or something behind because there would be some sort of guilt or responsibility that you would feel for that. But you also have a lot of imagery of horses and birds that I picked up on. And I believe that, well, I remember that horses are connected to another sign in a different reading, but I'm forgetting who that is. But your third eye might be opening at this time as well, and you could be saying 333. And perhaps traveling is something that you're thinking about doing right now at this time, or escaping, or whether that's traveling in your mind to someplace else, or actually thinking about going somewhere. And you feel, again, held down by your problems, or perhaps you feel like you're so rooted in reality that you've limited yourself to dream or believe in something bigger, or that you could make something happen. And I wrote down here, know the truth, the sacred truth. Meaning that I feel like you already know the truth. You already know what the divine has spoken to you or given to you. You know the truth of something. And I feel like there's a reason for you not doing it that has something to do with this truth, and I have no idea what that is. But I feel like you knowing the truth is what you are getting from the divine, and it is up to you as to what to do with it. And I don't know what that is. But that might make sense for someone. I don't know. But I also see that when or if you decide to move forward, I got the image of you driving in the car with the windows rolled down, and it's summer, and there's music playing. And it's just this very calm, peaceful energy of where it's like you're moving into summer in this future. And I just get that warm feeling as if you're riding off into the sunset. It's like no matter where you're meant to go, you will find your way to that place. But Spirit is saying that you need to also pay attention to your dreams at this time, because you're receiving dreams, or you're receiving messages through your dreams, perhaps from your angels or ancestors, or in your dreams there are artists, or in your dreams there are things that are resurfacing for you that maybe go back to your childhood, or you may be thinking about that time in your life a lot more right now, as if in order to move forward you have to go back and resurface something that you were resisting to look at. Now that might not be for everyone, because I feel like that is for someone's more specific, but I also channeled, I want your energy, I want your aura, you are my destiny, my mantra. So right now you may be feeling obsessed with someone who makes your heart beat, or their names become your mantra. It's like when you hear this person's name, your energy lifts. You have your heart beat faster. And I feel like you've been maybe perhaps in heartache for a while. And I drew these hearts within other hearts. One second. And I wrote echo beside it because I feel like your heart has been expanding like ripples in the water, you know, when you throw a pebble in and it ripples. But I feel like your heart is doing that right now, and it's expanding, or in some way it's reverberating, I think that's how you say it, and echoing, but you feel like no one is talking back, or no one is there to answer, or you can't hear that echo. It's like you're calling out your heart and you haven't received the answers or the answer that you want to it. And the other song I got for you was Please Don't Fall in Love with Me by Khalid. And I feel like that's, perhaps you feel out of control right now because this is something you can't control. And air signs are all about control. Or at least if you're a fixed sign, control might be something that you rely on in your reality. And with love, you can't control it. And I feel like that might be your lesson right now at this time, is finding that out. Learning that you cannot control love, because love can't be controlled. It's a feeling that sometimes you don't want, or sometimes you can't help it. And it's not easily controlled. You would take it away if you could, or feel it if you wanted. But it's given to you almost. And it's given to you by the energy of another person. And sometimes you just can't help certain people falling into your energy. And I feel like there's a letter that you want to write to someone. Or this sense of saying things perhaps that have been left on your heart for a long time. Or speaking your heart. Speaking from your heart, I mean. Because I feel like that will set you free, in a way. Some other colors that I channeled for you as well was white, orange, red, blue, and light green. So you might be seeing those colors. Or if you do see these colors, pay attention to what those colors are on. I guess, like, if someone is wearing that specific color or you find an item with that color, you might want to pay attention to that. You might also be seeing daisies. And what's crazy about that is the day after I channeled this message, I went outside and I saw daisies. And that was confirmed. I wrote the date. But if you see daisies, it will be a confirmation for you. So maybe when I said at the beginning that you were asking questions to the universe, maybe you were, maybe it's just a question to someone else, but the universe will answer you. I'm hearing the universe will answer you in flowers, whatever that means to you. But I thought that daisies were significant for you. But the image of eyes has come through a lot in almost all of the channeled readings that I've been doing. The sense of watching or being watched. It's like the eyes to your soul. And perhaps you're seeing that in someone else, or someone is seeing that through you, and that could make you uncomfortable. But I do get this feeling of you really wanting your freedom. And the horses here again are really resonating for me with your reading, in that you want to be free. Your spirit is freedom, or your spirit wants to be free. It doesn't want to be controlled or held back anymore. And I feel like you have this sense that you need to release that freedom and step into that, your own new sense of reality. And I'm also hearing the words give in, just give in. And I feel like that could be influences around you, and they might be telling you to just give in to something. And that would be giving in to what they want for you. Whereas you have to decide what you want to do. If you want to give in to what they want, or if you want to release yourself from that kind of hold that someone or some people have over you, and some sort of control. And maybe those are the people that you feel like you're being held down by. Or if you're not, or if you don't have influences around you at this time, or friends or people that are trying to tell you what you should do, it could just be that you're not acknowledging your truth. It's like you want to ignore your feelings or emotions. Because if you just ignore it, then you don't have to deal with it. Or you don't have to think about your responsibilities or what you need to do or what you should be doing. So it is this sense of running away, but also I think that's why Spirit is telling you to stay grounded, because I feel like you could easily be switched. You could easily be too rebellious or free-spirited that you lose, I guess, your control over what you have, or that you are so held back that you have set limitations upon yourself that perhaps you didn't have there before. And like I said at the beginning, you have to ask, what is really holding you back? I also drew stars on your page, and stars have to do a lot with Pisces and Capricorn. So you could have those in your sign, or you might be dealing with those signs. But for me, when I see stars, I see or I hear written in the stars, or there's fate. There's something here that needs or has to happen. Or you can find what resonates for you in that. But it's almost like when I said you know the sacred truth, I feel like it's related to that. Something about your destiny. Something about you resisting it too. Or maybe you don't even know that you are resisting it. Or maybe you don't know exactly what your destiny is. But I feel like it might have to do with this sense of control, in that you want to control the outcome to things. Because uncertainty makes you feel uncertainty makes you feel weak or out of control. But Spirit is telling me right now that the act of control means that whatever you're trying to control is actually controlling you. Because maybe at this time you're starting to realize that you have been controlled by this idea of something, and maybe it didn't pan out. And everything that you tried to control seemed to end up controlling you. It's kind of like how people say that addictions end up controlling you, or your vices, or whatever it is that you haven't learned to master yet or heal from. Something is controlling you, and that might be keeping you back from your freedom as well. But again, take that as it resonates, because I don't feel like that will be for everyone. You might also be seeing the numbers 1111, or just ones in general. And I got a few other songs for you. This song titled You've Got This Hold on Me by Cassidy Ford might be one that you want to look at. Another song is Don't Want to Be Set Free. And I didn't write down the artist for that, but I think one of the lyrics in that is, you'd lose your freedom for the right one. Or I'd lose your freedom for the right one. But it's like at this time you can't make up your mind to be wild and free, or stay controlled and responsible, is what I'm feeling like in this way. Or perhaps you're now understanding that freedom has never been free. that it's something that you have to work for, or something that you need to face in order to be released. And I get this feeling that you're also in a heart versus mind matter right now, and your mind is winning, or you're letting your mind win. Okay, wind. Well, you are an air sign, so perhaps blowing in the wind. Something about blowing in the wind. I'm hearing that line, and this is not what I wrote down, but I'm hearing that line from Tupac when he says all his friends are blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. Yeah. That this sense of loss of friends, or hi, come here. Or perhaps some part of you, or perhaps the old version of you. There's something blowing in the wind here. And I don't know what that might be for you. And it might feel like a loss for you. And I feel like you might not understand that. But again, I don't feel like that applies to everyone. But for everyone, I feel like the heart versus mind matter is for all of my Aquarius folks. Because Spirit is asking you right now, which one is more important? Your head or your heart? And why? Is one based on morals and integrity? Or is one more based in reality? And how do you live your life by which one that you choose? Or whichever one you do choose is how you're going to end up living your life. There is this sense of you imagining the one, or what the one would be like or look like. And I feel like you might be thinking about what marriage would be like for you at this time if you're not already married. But maybe some of you feel like you've met the one, or I'm hearing you are the one. So perhaps you feel like you are the one for someone. And I also wrote that you think of someone more than you'd like to. And maybe that's not what you want to be thinking at this time. Or if you enjoy thinking about it, or I don't know, maybe you do really enjoy thinking of someone. But someone is on your mind, and I feel like you have a crush on someone. My Aquariuses are crushing. But I also wrote down the word blanket. So I don't know, maybe a literal blanket is specific to you. But I was picking more up on that you are craving this kind of like blanketed, warm energy. You want this kind of hug, this warm hug. You've been craving it. I just feel like you want to be held in a way where you can feel someone's warmth again. And I don't think that is physical. I think that is energy. but you want to be closer to this kind of nurturing energy that I feel like you may not have had for a very long time. And that is one thing you are desiring. But that is what I got for your channeled message. So let's see what advice Spirit would like to give you at this time. You could also be seeing whales or hearing about whales. I don't know if I said the color blue, but blue might be significant for you. And I remember that in the Taurus reading or channeling that I did, there was a card in that one with a whale on it. And I remember that one was the King of Cups. So you could be connected to a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or perhaps you are connected with a Taurus, or you have that in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm hearing 5, so perhaps 5 could be a significant number for you, and 5 is also, it represents change. So you may feel like things are changing in your life, or you may feel like there are things in your life you may need to change. Surrender might be a word that could resonate for someone here too, is learning how to surrender or to release and let go. And I don't know what that would be, but I feel like that might also be holding you back too. Alright, so let's see. Spirit, angels, and guides, benevolent beings of the highest white light, I call upon you and I ask you now for truth and clarity for the Aquarius collective, and that you will be here and give me discernment. Yeah. Just what does the Aquarius collective need to know right now? Can you please give them some advice? I'm also hearing warning. And Spirit is trying to get to someone and say that there's a warning. I guess you would know if you were that person. Alright, let's start here and I can clarify. But you have the Page of Swords, the 8 of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Cups in reverse. But with the Page of Swords, that is about communication. That also goes back to what I said about the eyes. Like I spy with my little eye. It could be something that you're watching, or whatever you're interested in is what you're paying close attention to. But with the Eight of Cups in reverse, that is definitely a card where you are avoiding or having this fear of change. And perhaps you are staying in a bad situation. Or with the Ten of Cups in reverse, perhaps you actually are staying in an unhappy home or some kind of disharmonious living situation in which you may be forced to communicate your needs. What about this? I'm hearing that you need to clarify something, but you got the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Six of Wands upright. And I feel like this is saying that you are blocking your triumph or your movement forward by staying in something that is kind of blocking your blessings, or staying in this state of emptiness where you're feeling unloved. Or maybe that's how you feel about yourself, and that's not moving you forward. Can you clarify this, Spirit? I'm hearing that pride or ego could be holding you back too with the Six of Wands. So it might not actually be a person or place. It could just be that it's like that act of surrender right now. And only you would know what that is that you must surrender to or give into. But I hear Spirit saying, pick your influence. Don't they say like that drugs are an influence, or alcohol is like an influence? Don't they say that? Like, I don't drink or do drugs or anything, so I don't know. Or like, oh, someone being under the influence. Because I guess you could be influenced by something right now. There's something about a car. Like maybe a car can't move forward. There's also that, okay. There's also this white horse in here, which goes back to what I was channeling too about horses. What advice do you have for the collective? The Ten of Wands. So yeah, it's this sense of burden or being held back to obligations. Two of Cups. What is that? You might, or you could be feeling burdened by a Two of Cups situation right now, or there's something bothering you about a Two of Cups partnership. I'm just hearing like one, like a partnership in specific. You have the Three of Cups in reverse. So there could have been some type of gossip around a partnership or a relationship, where something was imbalanced, or if you were not in a relationship, you were in some sort of isolation from a partner. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. What about that, Spirit? Temperance. What on Temperance? So you have the Two of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, and the Ace of Swords reverse. So right off the bat, I feel like you could be dealing with a Taurus and an Aries. Or if not, then you've just been dealing with, or you have Earth and Fire in your chart. But Earth and Fire are significant here to you for some reason. But they're both coming up in reverse. And these people are very greedy, and money is what drives them. And I feel like one is more tyrannical than the other when it comes to money. You may or may not be connected to these people, but I feel like they may be in your energy somehow, for some reason, perhaps connected to someone that you know. So you may not know them, but I feel like they're connected to your energy somehow. And perhaps these two are connected to some sort of burden related to that Two of Cups. There's a lion here too, in the Two of Cups. So there's something about lions, like Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo or have that in your chart. But the lion, it also has wings. And the Temperance card is Archangel Michael, who has wings. So there's something here. So a Two of Cups situation is protected by Archangel Michael here. Because there's something about these wings that are really standing out to me. And it somehow feels like this is one scene. The cups. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this. The cups. There's two cups here and two here. I feel dumb. I feel really stupid. I feel like I should have seen that before. But honestly, I never realized or saw the two cups here. Oh, but it's almost like, okay, I'm picking up heavy marriage vibes here, but it's almost like this is the scene before they're at the altar, right? And Archangel Michael is filling up these cups to give to them. Because usually in pagan rituals or in marriage ceremonies, they connect the bride and groom through the use of, I think it's like when you, this is going to be horrible, but it's like when they do that and then they help the other person drink from the cup. But I feel like that's almost like what they're doing here. She's giving him her cup, and he's giving her his cup. And Archangel Michael is the one that filled that for them. Yellow is also a very significant color here for you. Oh, and remember I said that you are seeing signs through flowers? I don't know if these are daffodils or tulips, but those flowers could be significant. But yes, yellow is very, very significant to this reading. And you also have the sun here too. So, if you're in a relationship, or if you have one, it is very, very protected. Divinely guided. With the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse, that to me means there's something you're not seeing because something hasn't been communicated clearly. Or perhaps you're hesitant to speak some sort of truth. Or you not seeing something right is caused by some sort of confusion or miscommunication. But usually, the Ace of Swords is about communication, 55-55 on the timer. Or maybe you feel like your choices are being blocked right now. No. With the Judgment in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles, you're blocking your own choices. I feel like you definitely have some insecurity or lack of confidence to move forward in something, because with the Judgment in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles, you're wanting to get to this, but there's something that you're not doing here to get here. You haven't released some sort of judgment upon yourself or another person that gets you to the family or this Ten of Pentacles that you want. Whatever money or stability that you need to have right now is due to some lack of self-awareness, is what I'm hearing. The failure to learn a lesson or to not know about oneself leads to faulty foundations. I'm hearing that Abraham Lincoln quote, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." And people are houses. We are bodies that house a spirit. And if we are torn or we do not support ourselves, we cannot stand ourselves. There's something here about, I feel like there's something here about your love and your influence and where that's taking you right now at this time. So maybe Spirit, maybe this reading is about Spirit saying that theme that I had at the beginning about a crush whether or not you want to move forward or take action on that. And Spirit is saying that in order to make this choice, or this I don't know why I'm struggling so hard with this word, decision, about another person, this crush, you have to self-reflect and think about why you were meant to go there, why you are there if you are there already. But speak more to me, Spirit. What else? Dragons might also be significant. Again, I'm just picking up on the color orange a lot. Something here too about ancestry. Perhaps you need to look up your ancestry. Or there's something coming to you by the way of your ancestors. Or you need to speak with them. Because legacy is rooted in family. So your ancestors hold your legacy, but you also create a legacy for your descendants. So it's like you can't move forward without going within. There's something they need to say to you. Spirit is saying to watch for your intent at this time. You might be feeling unsatisfied in a job right now. And perhaps, or maybe you don't feel like working there anymore, or you're feeling this lack of motivation to work. With the Four of Cups, I do pick up on that energy of this feeling disconnected from other people. And it's like you are given that choice of your freedom again, but it's like you're not taking it with this cup here. He's not even aware of it because he's busy looking at these. He wants these, but it's like he can't have these. He's being offered this one, but he doesn't want this one. He wants these. And it's like the divine is saying right now, you have to accept this one. Because there's something divine about this one, this hand. There's something special about this one, whatever that is. But he doesn't want it, and he's not looking at it. So he's resisting it. But you also have the Tower and the Magician in reverse, which to me are very, very heavy cards in the tarot deck. But to me, I feel like these two cards came out after the Four of Cups. So I feel like this decision that you're being offered, or this choice, that you are being offered right now, or that you're making, is going to cause some sort of eruption or some sort of chaos. It kind of seems like, or feels like, no matter which choice you end up making, it's still going to cause an inevitable tower. And it's like you can't prevent it. It's only delaying the time. With the Magician in reverse, this is like when I heard that Spirit wants you to pay attention to your intent right now, because you actually could be manifesting a tower in your life. So keep your thoughts high vibrational and positive, because I feel like there's a tower here, but you're the one who could disrupt it if you're not learning to become a higher form, or to accept help. I'm hearing accept help. But there definitely feels like there's a choice that needs to be made here. Some sort of choice may have been manipulated, or there's a manipulation regarding some kind of choice that the tower may reveal, is revealing, or has revealed. But I'm really feeling very strongly this is about choices. And it's like there's only one option that keeps you from this. So it's like Spirit is asking you to make the right one. You could have also created some sort of illusion that has brought down a tower. Again, it's like that house cannot stand against itself. It's like you cannot be healthy and hate yourself. It just doesn't work that way. You can't be successful in life or the version of your best self if you hate yourself. That's just an oxymoron. So it's like Spirit is saying, you're giving yourself this tower if you are refusing to heal. Perhaps heal beyond these influences, or whatever those influences may be. I don't know, that could be people or drugs or alcohol, or just these things or way of thinking even that have set you back or have kept you from a castle. I'm hearing like instead of the tower you could have the castle, or you could have had the castle. The castle. There's something about a castle. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Spirit? What is castle? Why do I keep hearing the castle? This is the castle. God, Hierophant. It's saying that after you go within you're gonna find your way to the castle. But it's like you can't have that, or you can't have access to that until you talk to God first, because He has the keys right here. So it's like you don't get that castle because you have to go through Him. It's like these are the gates to the castle, and He's right here in the middle of it. He's like, you cannot have access to this until you come through me first. Wow. That is a really, really powerful message. I did not channel that before this reading. This is just me channeling now. Wow. Wow. It's like you have to be approved by God first in order to make your way to this, like, ascension. Or even, like, I feel like there's something here about king too. The Hierophant is kind of like a king because, well, he's kind of like the king of heaven and of earth. He connects both realms. Perhaps someone here is meant to be like a spiritual king. Someone here in the collective is meant to be really seen and really powerful for their spirituality. And I'm hearing idol and icon, but it's like someone here is very gifted in their connection with God or the divine. As someone here is going to be seen as someone like this. Like someone powerful, but this person is not going to be manipulative or use their power for bad. This person is gonna use it for good. So wow, one of you here, or it could be a few of you, have an assignment or a role to fulfill of being this godly person, this king-like energy. Perhaps you're meant to run businesses, or you could run a church or become a pastor, but there's something here about you being a bigger influence than you know, but it has something to do with religion or spirituality or whatever you believe in, to raise the consciousness. So I'm just gonna leave that there, and I hope that this reading helped you. I hope that you got some advice that you needed, and please let me know if this resonated with you. If you would like to donate to my channel, my links are in the description box below. You don't have to give me anything, but your support means a lot to me. And I just want to thank you for watching me as far as you have, if you have watched this whole thing. And I just pray that you find your peace and your healing wherever you are, whoever you are. And please go out into the world, do good things, be good, become the best version of who you are. And that is what I wish for you. So, my loves, I will be leaving now, but you are so greatly loved. Peace.